I tried menstrual cup once and I had a terrible experience. It was so terrible that I didn't even touch that cup again, and it's been kept like a vintage piece of art in my box. I never used it for the second time, and I'll tell you what happened exactly. So back in the COVID when I had nothing to do, I was like literally scrolling this self-care routine and all that stuff. I came across like thousands of influencers posts talking about menstrual cup, that how it changed their lives and how amazing they feel after using it. Honestly, I was done with pads. Like every time I was using pads, I used to get the rashes because of the humidity and the also I don't know why it always made me very uncomfortable wearing pads. I was not aware of tampons. I don't know why. Like for some reason, it's not very popular in India. So I was like, okay, let me give it a try because I badly wanted to get rid of pads. After watching like thousands of reels, I ended up buying one from Amazon. I literally took it out after like 3 4 years to just make and shoot this video. Well, then I received this. I was not pretty sure that how am I gonna put it inside because I never used tampons. So it was like such a new thing for me that you are literally gonna put something inside your V and then you're gonna leave it there for like hours. And that idea of putting something inside and leaving it there for like hours, it was so scary for me. So I read the whole pointers like how to put it inside. So basically you turn it like this and put it inside and it opens up. I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna pain if whenever it's gonna open up inside. I was so scared to use it, but I folded this rubber, I inserted it inside my V. It opened up like it said, and there was no pain, nothing. I was not feeling anything that it is inside. It was completely comfortable. I was thinking maybe I'm gonna feel something inside or this edge, but honestly, nothing happened. It was very comfortable, very nice, very smooth. And after putting it, I got into work, I was cooking and everything. It was completely fine. But after 1 hour, things started happening. Why am I making so dramatic? After 1 hour, I felt like something is sticky on my panties. I felt like it's humid, it's wet. I went to the washroom, I checked, and yes, it was leaking. And I want to make it very clear that I am a very small woman, okay? And I don't bleed a lot. And it was my first day. And on first day, I usually don't bleed a lot. And second day is like a lot. And then third day, I bleed almost nothing. So that's how my flow is. And for me, I was like, I'll be like buying a small size. Maybe that's what a small size are made for, right? So I ended up buying a small size. When it started leaking, I was like, okay, maybe I put it wrong because it was my first time. So what I did, I tried to remove it. It came out and then I cleaned it and everything, which was also the process very disgusting. Like for me, especially if you're using for the very first time, okay? I took it out and the second time I tried it again and I went back to my work, okay? Again, after like 30 minutes, I again feel the same feeling. I was like, okay, listen, I don't want to deal with this thing right now. Because I was busy at work and I got so irritated. I went to the washroom to check if it's again leaking. And yes, it was. So at this stage, I was like, okay, this shit is not working for me. I'm gonna take it out and I will probably go back to the pads because that was better than, putting it inside and removing it again and again. I was like, okay, fine. I think maybe I bought the wrong size or whatever reason. So I went to the washroom. I wanted to take it out and here the shit starts to happen. So in tampon, it's like there is a thread which is coming out, and then you pull the thread and it comes out. But here it has a tail. Okay, and what you have to do is if it's inside, you go and hold the tail and pull it out. It's not outside hanging on your vagina. I went there and the disaster happened because this cup slipped slightly, like very slightly inside my V. I was literally with my two fingers inside my vagina trying to find, which was also filled with blood. Okay, I was trying to find this fucking tail like for like 15 minutes and I couldn't find. Like every time I was trying to hold it, it was getting slipped because there was a lot of blood and it has a certain texture of it, the blood. So it was very slippery. I was trying to hold like the tip of the tail and I hardly could, but there was like after a few minutes of struggle, I kind of found the grip and I held it like very tightly. I used to have like a small nails, not like big nails. So I held it very tight and I was trying to pull it. Again, the tail slipped and I ended up pinching my skin inside. I was like, what the fuck? I was not expecting this trauma to happen with me because it was painful. Plus, I thought maybe I ended up bleeding inside, but I won't get to know because it's full of blood. I don't know what's happening. I'm sure it healed. Maybe I didn't pinch hard enough to that it starts bleeding, but it was painful. I was so irritated. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this shit inside my vagina. I don't give a fuck. Maybe I'll go to the doctor or something. But then I thought about I took a long breath and I was like, okay, I'm going to work. I'll just wear a pad and then leave it inside because I need to breathe because I was also dealing with a lot of first day cramps and the mood swings and everything. I left it there inside for 1 hour. After 1 hour, I came back. I took a deep breath and I tried to remove it, and thankfully, I ended up removing it. After that, this menstrual cup is literally, I carry it, but I never used it. That was the first and last time I have ever used menstrual cup in my whole life, and I don't intend to do it again because it's a lot of like struggle to put it inside, and still it leaks. It doesn't solve the problem. So like with tampon is like it soaks, so you wanna leak until it's gonna be like full of blood. But this thing doesn't hold because there is no soaking, there is like filling. There are chances that if size or something is not fitting well, you might leak. And if you're relying totally on the menstrual cup and you don't keep pads because you think that this thing is gonna save your life, don't rely. Okay, you might get into trouble, I'm telling you. Also, talking about the cleaning part, so if you're not like into blood kind of person, no one is into blood kind of person, right? Imagine you're like you get disgusted or you feel something when you see blood. It can be like really tough for you. With the pads and the tampons is like you remove, and I literally don't even look at it and I just throw it. But with this thing, there is no escape. Literally looks like you committed some murder or you're in the lab or something because you see the blood. Okay, and then you gotta clean this thing, which is another process if you don't like dealing with blood. So in that sense also I didn't like it a lot. I know it's eco-friendly and everything is sustainable, but personally for me it didn't work for some reason. And also after this whole experience I realized that everything we see on internet, it might work for other person, but it might not work for you. Like every single person was talking about menstrual cup like they literally changed their life. I'm sure like a lot of people they are getting paid to say that, but that's not true. And also like when you go and check about menstrual cup, you get a certain kind of videos, but also if you go and check like the negative or the bad sides of menstrual cup, you get other set of videos. At least I learned this lesson that before I'm buying something, seeing the recommendations online, I go and check like all sides of the product, not just the only good side. So it was not very expensive, but it's useless. Like I literally paid like some 900 rupees for one use. Like I literally wasted my money in a way. And also I can't resell like these things people don't buy. So the question is, did it change my opinion for menstrual cup? Yes, or maybe no, because in my experience I don't see myself using it again ever in future, unless I have nothing else to use. Then that'll be like the last option. For other people, because I've seen a lot of good reviews also, like people feel really good after wearing it. I think you might try, but I just wanted to share my experience, like how did it go like disastrous with me. I would rather recommend tampons or cotton pads instead of these cups. I also see like a lot of things which can go wrong with tampons, but it literally changed my life. I also sometimes use cotton pads whenever I'm like I have nothing and I don't have tampons. That's healthier option. But tampons, like I don't even feel like that I have anything inside, and it's so easy to pull out. It's so easy to put it in. So yeah, tampons literally changed my life. I used to get those rashes and think I'm completely out of that problem now. So definitely tampons if you are comfortable with it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.